The first official video of the 2023 Dubai Air Show is here, and yes, I'm back to short form videos for this air show only. I'll then be moving towards your longer recaps. Today's coverage sits with Riyadh Air, who have announced a second livery that will be deployed across their upcoming fleet. The debut of a new livery on the Boeing 787 acts as Riyadh Air's secondary livery. It follows a previous livery reveal in June of 2023, where we were introduced to our first look of the airline in a full-body paint scheme that many adored. News of a second livery, though, doesn't really come as a shock. The airline has laid out plans for a secondary scheme for some time, saying it would be coming soon. The second livery is much blander if you are comparing the two, but also elegant. The first edition of the Riyadh Air livery features a full body, whereas this second edition, many would argue, is a lot more cleaner. The centerpiece of the secondary livery, you'd argue, is the elegant colors towards the back end of the plane. The remainder of the aircraft sees plain white, with the Riyadh Air logo font featured towards the front. Notably, the airline will also implement a sleek mask design through this livery to their fleet, although it's unclear if this will strictly be for the 787 or would extend to the 737 MAX, which is a rumoured order to take place at this year's edition of the air show. Now, it isn't every day that a startup has two liveries announced before launch. However, Riyadh Air has made a splash in the aviation industry, successfully making headlines globally years before it does intend on launching a passenger service. This is thanks to, yes, a very solid media campaign, but also the outlining of some very solid ambitions too. While two liveries have been revealed now, the first rendition is applied to a Boeing-owned 787 at the 2023 Dubai Air Show. How the airline will implement the two liveries across its fleet, whether it is a one-for-one or one is more predominant over the other, remains to be seen. Like I said, there is a lot of uncertainty around Riyadh Air. They are the newest airline looking to grace the Middle East and should be gearing up for a 2025 launch at this stage. However, despite orders present for the 787 and 737 MAX, as I briefly touched on, there is very much a great deal of uncertainty around what Riyadh Air will look to achieve. Currently, the airline hasn't identified any routes specifically. It has identified markets, although you could argue they're really just all around the world. And there are other vital areas of the business and makeup even of their aircraft that are missing at this stage. The company says this will come in due course. However, with two liveries already being revealed, many are curious about what Riyadh Air will hold for us in the industry. The airline has been created to pursue opportunities out of the country and help it grow by 2030. Riyadh Air will complement the existing Saudia, not necessarily look to shut it down. The airline is being led by key executives who have held highly regarded and respected roles before moving to Riyadh Air, which certainly adds a degree of traction and some might say sustainability for the future. That's going to conclude today's, I nearly said recap, although it's not really a recap, but the first episode of my coverage on the 2023 Dubai Air Show. Please leave your thoughts on this Riyadh Air livery down below in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion on whether you prefer the full body paint or this newly revealed design. Take care, be safe. I won't say see you at the same time tomorrow. Likely I'll see you in a few hours as the air show begins. And we'll fly.